Hey, what's up guys? This is the Tech Times here, and this is a revisited of the Nexus 4 by LG and Google. Now to start off the design, on the front and the back, it has glass, which makes it less durable and more prone to scratches and cracks if you drop it on, let's say, a table or concrete. Luckily, my Nexus 4, I've had it for over 4 months. It hasn't gotten any kind of scratches or anything on display. Of course, I've been mostly careful with my phone, but I decided that you know about the durability. So starting off the back, we have an 8 megapixel camera and an LED flash, along with the Nexus logo and the LG logo along there. And it also has a speaker grill. Now if you look in the light here, it can kind of, it's really hard to see, but if you get it in the right light angle, you can kind of see a sparkle in the glass. It's really hard to see, but it's really nice too. Now starting off the right side of the phone, you have the power button, and the rest of it is just blank. On the bottom here, you have 2 Torx screws by LG, a signifying LG thing, and a micro USB 2.0 port, along with a microphone on the bottom. On the left side here, you have the SIM card tray, the micro SIM card, and a volume rocker. And finally, on the top, you have the microphone and the headphone 3.5mm jack. Now on the front here, you have 2 ambient sensors and a 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera, along with an earpiece that's milled into the chrome ring. Now on the bottom here, you have an LED notification light that only lights up when you have Gmail notifications or text messages or any kind of notifications. It's multicolored too. So the specs of the Nexus 4 is that it has a quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 Pro 1.5 GHz processor, and it also has 2 GB of RAM. Now, the screen is a 4.7-inch 1280 by 768 LCD display, giving a PPI of 316. Now, the cameras on the Nexus 4 are 8 megapixels on the front, on the back, and it records 1080p video with an LED flash, and the front-facing one is 1.3 megapixels. Now, the bad thing about this is that it does not have LTE, which is a downside for a bunch of people, but for some people that don't have LTE in their areas, HSPA+, which is the highest it can go on this, will be very fine and very fast anyway. Now, the Nexus 4 comes with, well, it's not sold on the Google Play Store anymore, but the latest version of Android that it can go to is Android 4.4.2. So, the performance of the Nexus 4 is really quite good for both its chipset and its age being about 1 year old. Now, the multitasking is very, very smooth and fluid, and it can go in between apps really, really fast. For a smartphone of its age, of course. It's not going to be the best phone out there for many people, but it's going to be really good. Now, the performance of it itself is really smooth and quick, and snappy. It can swipe to the home screens really fast and go through the app drawer really fast too. So, the software of the Nexus 4 is that it runs Android 4.4.2 KitKat, which is the latest version out right now. And it is a Nexus, so it will get software updates for the next 2 years since its release, about. And it starts since it's already been a year since it's been released, it has about 1 year left for the software update cycle, unless Google decides to change that. Now, it has many of the design features of the Nexus 5 from 4.4 taken out, because it is not the Nexus 5, but you can get the launcher. And this is what I have done with my phone. I've installed the Google launcher that comes with the Nexus 5, which gives you both the translucency buttons, along with the translucent notification bar, and Google Now off to the side. And I've been mostly happy with changing to it. This is a revisited video after all, so this is what's pretty much I've done to my phone. And let me go back to the stock launcher here. Now, it is, again, really fluid and fast since it's stock Android 4.4.2, KitKat, and it will continue to get updates, hopefully to Android 5.0 sooner or later. The battery life of the Nexus 4 is not that good. It is average to below average for many smartphones out there right now. And when I got this, I thought because it has no LTE, the screen's not the highest resolution out there, it's not the fastest processor out there, I thought that the battery life would be like stellar, but no, it's just average battery life. It's never lasted me more than a day, and I just really disappointed by the battery life because it has not lasted me more than a full day on usage. Now, here's the conclusion. Even though it's not officially sold in the Google Play Store anymore, it's still a great phone if you are able to buy it on other retail sites like eBay and Amazon. It has really held up really well since I got it about 4 or 5 months ago. And if you have one now, you don't need to upgrade your purchase, but you can feel free to anytime you want. Now, if you already have this phone, you don't need to upgrade, but if you don't have this phone, I don't recommend buying this phone because there are much other cheaper phones out there like the Moto G, this phone right here, and also other high-end phones like the Nexus 5, which is also $350, and the Moto X, which is an upgraded Moto G. But for right now, the Nexus 4 is a really good phone, hampered by its oldness and its lack of lackluster features. Thank you guys for watching, and we hope to see you guys in another episode of The Tech Times. Goodbye.